Go.
Alright, YouTube, this is my fire burn beatdown deck. Starts off.
Turn him around.
Three Flamveil Magician. Because, I mean, Flamveil Tuner.
Level 4, 2.
3 Poons. I run more Poons than usual because I use them to creature swap and get my monster. 2 fire dogs. It's also not usual because most people run 3, but 2 works just fine for this deck because there's so much other stuff to be done and it's not really a main focus. 2 archers. They're 3-star tuner, and that 800 attack bonus really helps in certain situations. Flamveil BRENNEN, he burns for 200 times the level of the monster, and he's already pretty high just for a 4-star at 17. Raging Flame Sprites, first turn, swinging, and just getting bigger from turn 1. Then I can sacrifice him using Spiritual Fire Art Kurenai and deal his attack and damage. So it's a great game starter and ender. Laval Cannoneer, he has 200 defense, so I can bring him back with Rekindling for Xyz and Synchros. Does up to 1,000 a turn. It's kind of bad for hand, but after a while it doesn't matter because they have taken so much damage. UFO Turtles, to search out a good portion of the deck. A lot of stuff are beaters, but the Poons and such are not, and I really use the Poons on field and in grave. 2 Solar Flare Dragons for a really old block, dealing 1,000 at the end of my turn, and they can't attack either one as long as one of them is face up, as long as they're both on the field. So it makes them use their Dark Holes and their Book of Moons to get rid of them. Flamveil Fiend, he's a 5-star. If I ever need to sync for 8 with a archer.
21 beater
that does burn damage for every pyro in my grave, and a lot of the deck is pyro.
Awesome.
And because most of the deck is pyro, Royal Firestorm Guard, it's pretty much just the Pot of Avarice of this deck with 1,700 attack, and I can use him as an attacker or sacrifice him for Spiritual Fire Art. Xyz, so much to do. Flamveil Commando is Spiritual Fire Art from grave as long as it has 200 defense, and I can have him remove something else and then send him to deal both their attacks and damage. It's just broken. And then 3 Rekindlings because we need that special summon, sync, Xyz, throw everything together and just rake base.
Synchro.
2 creature swaps because I give my opponent my Poon, attack it with Fire Dog, get 1 to the hand and to the field. 3 Molten Destruction, it's 500 attack for my fire monsters, which just make them even more beat sticks. And then these cards become targets because they don't want me to have really big monsters. So instead of them going after my back rows, they'll most likely go after these first.
And it decreases defense.
Well, my defense doesn't matter because they're always in attack mode. If they're in defense mode, I mean for them to die. Monster Born, it's a staple, no need to Dark Hole. Both staple cards. 2 Compulses because if I start out with a Compulse and a Flame Sprite, I'm pretty much guaranteed to get it to 2,100. And once it hits that, it's kind of hard to get rid of. Being a 3-star, it can't be stopped by Gravity Bond, which is now unbanned, and just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, Gravity Bond's at 3 or?
Yeah, Gravity Bond's at 3 now, so.
Kind of sucks.
Bastards unbanned when they start making monsters without levels. That's something else to talk about. Flamveil Counter. When Poon goes to grave, I don't really need it anymore, so I just remove it to negate a spell or trap. the star of the deck, Spiritual Fire Art Brennan. And it's not original attack, which makes it great. So if I boost Raging Flame Sprite up to 41, and it's not dead yet for some reason, I use this during the battle phase to send it to the grave, and that's 41 damage. It doesn't do original attack, it does the attack that it has on the field. And so I can also steal my opponent's monsters, like taking Black Rose, activate its effect to nuke, chain this to sacrifice for 2400, and still get to blow the field. So yeah, Solemn Judgment, because I have to say no to some things, even though it costs half my life points. I'm not used to using Solemn Judgments or Warnings, but kind of have to in this kind of deck with all the risk I have to take.
And the new format.
Also, yeah, the new format. Oh, goodness. Urgent Tuning, because Fire Dog makes for great synchros, especially when I hit my own Poon. Add to hand and special summon, sync for 8 or 7, and it's just a good thing to use. This plus the Spiritual Fire Art means I can go Flamveil Fire Dog, swing, special, Urgent Tuning, synchro, attack, Spiritual Fire Art for more burn damage. So it's pretty much game if I have this, a Fire Dog, and a Spiritual Fire Art. I'm just doing damage total. It's just it. And
Extra deck.
for the extra deck, Catastor, because darks, not darks, because like Scrap Dragons and such kind of get on this deck's nerves. If I don't get my creature swap, I can always go into Catastor and just swing into it, or just sit on it until I can get what I need. It's good stall, but it's also good offense. Iron Chains, they're 6 stars, so I can get them pretty good. And usually most decks nowadays run from grave, so I don't use them as much. Probably going to take them out for some XCs or something later on, but for now, they're just swinging for 25s, making mill, ruining draws. That's always good. Urquises. Even if I only get to use Urquises once, if I hit a Raikou, that's good damage. So, and then I can use the Spiritual Fire Arts to sacrifice them, deal 21 or however much they are at the time. Ancient Flamveil Deities. These are a little not really tricky to get out, but because most of the deck are Pyro, but it's like not going to be useful if I have Flamveil Fire Dog, because he's a beast type. I can't synchro with him. But if I use that and remove from play cards in their graveyard, he gains an attack boost, swing, and then Spiritual Fire Art. Then I can use, since he has 200 defense, use Rekindling to bring him back and do more damage. It's just so much fun. Black Rose, I can nuke the field and tribute it to get my damage. So it's like I'm attacking directly, but the whole field goes. Stardust, because
I like that.
Yeah, me too. I really depend on Stardust and the next synchro, because this deck runs on 8 stars and 6 stars and rank 4 XCs, because a lot of stuff are level 4, and having a Stardust keeps something from happening to my back row or my monsters before I need them to, and Stardust is just good. I mean, why not? Scrap Dragon, Molten Destruction isn't always needed, so Scrap Dragon blows it up to blow up something that's annoying me on my opponent's field. Might use it to get rid of something just really annoying before I can creature swap. Colossal Fighter, another 8-star. He doesn't really get his effect with this deck because nothing's really a warrior, but if my opponent has warriors in the grave, that's just better for me. Unfortunately, he's a dark type, so I don't get to send him off and blow life points up. Illuminates, like I said, most of the deck are level 4s, and when the field starts getting crowded and my hand's not the best, Exceeds 3 of them, remove 1 from him, discard 1 to draw. If I end up drawing that Rekindling, then the discard was worth it. Utopia, because, well, we like
Utopia.
we like negating attacks.
Yes, exactly.
I can also negate, like, if I need to, swing with him and negate attack just to get the material engraved if it's cluttering the field. It's just, Xyz are just, like, they clear the field easier. They make my space more available to me. So, level 4, rank 4 Xyz are really great.
Last but not least,
Leviathan Dragon. When I have like too many archers, no non-tuners, I'll Xyz for him, make him a 3000 beater and just keep hitting monsters. I don't even need to swing direct with him because I have everything else to burn and swing directly. I just need to get rid of problem monsters like Stardust and Scrap Dragon. And if he becomes a target for Scrap Dragon, that means they didn't use Scrap Dragon on something else. It's more like, I guess, pretty much a bluff. So, and right now the deck does not have a side, and I do that because it's not ready for a side. I would have to take it to a tournament first before I get a chance. So, yeah, that's pretty much my deck.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Peace out. TeamIndeed out.